So typically speaking, my channel receives between 200 and 300,000 views every month. I'm going to share with you the 4 key factors and how I'm able to achieve that. And the first one is, if you want to grow on YouTube, be sure to subscribe because I share with you the same easy methods that I used to grow. And for those who've been asking, yes, my YouTube Masterclass course is available again, where you get the same methods I used to grow a brand new channel from 0 to over 1,000 subscribers in a month. And you also learn how to monetize your channel the way I do to generate automated income just like this. And to get access to that content, all you have to do is click the link in the description. And you can even see the results YouTubers in the course are sharing. What's happening, guys? So today I'm going to share with you 4 key factors in how to get YouTube to push your video on its platform, to get YouTube to put your videos in the suggested results, to get your videos ranked, and so on. And if you want to see something that's rather interesting, check this out. So I've been talking about this platform Sprizzy in my last couple of videos. And what Sprizzy is, it's a platform for people that don't want to learn how to rank their videos, or they can't rank their videos, and so they can't get any views. And so they'll come over here and they'll pay Sprizzy a minimum of $50, and then Sprizzy will run ad campaigns for their videos to get them views. And so what does that $50 get you? It'll get you 2,000 views. So how much is that? How much is getting views worth? Well, if we take $50 and we divide it by 2,000 views, a view is worth about 2.5 cents each. Now my channel receives about 250,000 views a month. So how much are those views worth? How much would I have to pay to get those views? Well, let's multiply that 2.5 by 250,000. So each month I am getting about $6,250 worth of views, simply because I know how to get my videos pushed around YouTube's platform. I'm going to share with you 4 key factors on how to do that today. Now what's interesting is my course actually not only teaches you in detail how to get your videos ranked and using authority traffic and all these other sorts of free traffic methods through YouTube, but also show you how to earn money through your YouTube channel even if you're not a partner yet. And that course is less than you'd have to come over here and pay Sprizzy to get you 2,000 measly views. And then you're done. Then if you want any more views, you got to pay them more money. And as you can see, using some of these ranking methods I'm about to share with you, you'd have to pay $6,250 to get the type of views that my course can potentially get you. But let me go ahead and show you 4 key factors on how to get your videos pushed by YouTube's platform. So key factor number 1 is keyword research. And so you're going to want to use some type of extension. Now, a lot of these are free. They have free versions. Well, we're going to use TubeBuddy as an example. Now, there's TubeBuddy, vidIQ, and others. But we're going to use TubeBuddy just to show you how important this is. So we're going to go to Keyword Explorer. So let's say I was doing a video on the new Mustang GT500, so the 2020 Mustang GT500. Rather than just make up a title in your head and just assume that you know that's going to work, which most people do, actually try using Keyword Explorer. So if I was just going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a video on the 2020 GT500, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that in the title and the description. I'm all done. I'm already done doing, I'm not going to do any keyword research. I'm just done. Let's see what TubeBuddy has to say about this. TubeBuddy is telling you you're a knucklehead. It's a poor idea just to put this as a title and then you're tagging in your description because the competition is horrible. I mean, poor meaning it's too high. So you need to change this up a bit. So it's going to give you some tips over here. What maybe some other options might be. So okay, 2020 GT500 review. Let's see what that brings up. Still not great. What about this one? What about this as a key phrase? Now we're getting somewhere. Now it's saying, hey, that's better. 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 review. So now you're appealing to a broader audience. More people are going to use the different versions of this title. And so your video is going to get shown around more on YouTube's platform. Because some people are going to type in Ford Mustang GT500 review. Some might type in Mustang Shelby GT500 review. So all this longer title does is it contains more versions of what people are going to be searching for. And you can keep playing with this until you get it to say great. And so now instead of your video not getting seen at all, simply by spending just literally a minute on this, you have vastly increased your chance of getting your video ranked and getting your video pushed by YouTube around its platform. Let's move to key factor number 2. The next key factor is something called click-through rate. So in your YouTube analytics under reach, you're going to see this right here, impressions, click-through rate. So what that means is as your video is shown around YouTube's platform, meaning as your thumbnail is shown up next to other thumbnails, the click-through rate is the rate at which people that are exposed to your thumbnails are actually clicking on it. So just to use simple numbers, if they just showed your video's thumbnail around other video thumbnails on YouTube's platform 100 times, which is referred to as impressions, and only one person clicked on your thumbnail, that would be a 1% click-through rate. If 10 people clicked on your thumbnail, picked yours to click on out of all the other thumbnails, or all the other videos, that would be a 10% click-through rate, and so on. So the higher your click-through rate, the better. So sometimes, you get people that'll say, well, why does that matter? Well, why do you think YouTube has this in here? Do you think they do it just for fun? No, it's part of their algorithm. Everything in here is part of telling you what you need to do. And so you want this number as high as possible, and your thumbnails are one of the most important factors in that. And the reason why is YouTube wants people to stay on their platform, and so they want to put stuff out there that's keeping people on their platform. And if you have a low click-through rate, they're just wasting space with your thumbnail, with your video. So they're going to say, well, this video's click-through rate isn't very high. We're going to try another video out instead. Now, if your click-through rate was astronomically high, like 50%, they're going to be like, whoa, this video is keeping people engaged on our platform. Let's show it even more. Now, when I say they are doing that, that's actually YouTube's algorithm just doing that. So YouTube's algorithm is tracking your click-through rate, and then naturally, just by sheer numbers, just by the data, it's doing that all on its own. So how do we focus on getting our click-through rate better? Well, we want to make sure that our thumbnails are sharp, that they attract attention. So you want to use bright colors. You want to invest your time in your thumbnails. The other thing you can do is you can monitor your click-through rate on each video using your analytics. And so you can test your thumbnails. So you can post a video, let it run for a week, check the click-through rate, go into that video and change the thumbnail with a different version of that thumbnail, wait another week, and then compare the click-through rates. And then you can start to get a sense of what type of thumbnails are working good for your channel and your content. The other thing you can do is just simply go to the top YouTube channels in your niche and check out their thumbnails. And so as an example, a channel called Brightside, if you're not familiar, is known to have some of the best thumbnails in the game. And if you go through here, you can start to get a sense of what works for them. So you'll see a lot of comparison type thumbnails. So they have, this red X and this green check mark showing what to do and not to do. In this case, it looks like it tells a story and is showing you what not to do and what to do. The same thing here, a side-by-side comparison, a side-by-side comparison, a side-by-side comparison. So you start to see a theme on what they would use with their thumbnails. The other thing is they do a lot of things that provoke interest, like what the heck is this thing? Just a simple image with a big red arrow to it. And if you scroll through, you're going to get all sorts of ideas on what type of thumbnails are great at getting people to click on them. So you've done your keyword research, you focused on creating a great thumbnail to get that click-through rate up. What's the next key factor you need to focus on? So as I just mentioned, YouTube is focused on keeping people on its platform. So once you got your video out there and you got your click-through rate up, where people are really clicking on that video, the next thing YouTube is looking at is how long are they staying on that video. So you really want to increase your watch time. And so one of the best ways of doing that is at the very beginning of your video, you want to put in something called a hook. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So at the very beginning of some of my videos, this is what I do. Well, if we bring up our trusty calculator, we put in 840 times $5, $4,200 this individual made from this one. If you want to, so all I did was took a snippet from my video and put it at the very beginning where I'm about to reveal something that people watching that video are going to be very interested in. And so since my videos are about either growing on YouTube or making money online, in this case it was making money online, I'm going to show them, they're going to see how much somebody made doing one simple thing, and that was over $4,000 doing one simple thing. And then I cut it short so that they know what they're going to be looking for and what they're going to get out of this video. So that's going to prompt them to, once they watch the video, to wait until they at least see that portion of it if that's what they're interested in. So it hooks them into saying, I want to see what that person did to earn that kind of money, and so they will stay on your video longer. So that's all a hook is. So if you're in the gaming niche, you could put in a little snippet on how to unlock a certain skin. So you could say, and all I had to do to unlock this ninja skin was, and then cut that right there, and then they have to watch the rest of your video to get that information. So that's one simple way to increase that video's watch time, and since it's likely to help people stay on your video, YouTube's algorithm is going to notice that and it's going to promote your video more. It's going to keep it out there more. Now the last tip I want to share with you is the magical video length time, which is a minimum of 10 minutes. So as you can see, a lot of my videos are at least 10 minutes in length. And there's a reason for that. And don't worry, that doesn't mean you're going to have to come up with at least 10 minutes of content. I'm going to show you a little hack here in a second. That's right, I'm going to show you how to make a 10-minute plus long video without making a 10-minute plus long video. You'll understand what I mean here in a minute. So again, YouTube's idea is to keep people on its platform. And so the longer your video is, the potential that your video is going to keep people on the platform longer. Versus if you did a 2-minute video. Now the other great thing about this is, if you are a YouTube partner, which I am, once your video reaches the 10-minute mark and beyond, you can then start running multiple ads on that video. So you can earn multiple times the AdSense revenue because there's going to be more ads showing. So that's another reason why you want to get to at least that 10-minute mark. Now let me show you a little hack. I'm going to open up one of my videos. We'll turn the sound down. I'm going to skip this ad. Now as I scroll through the preview here, you're going to see something kind of interesting. Right here, there's a Ferrari. So the actual video content that I'm producing, I'm talking, I'm sharing, really ends about the 9-minute mark. So then all I did was switch to some stock footage. I wrapped up my video, and then I bumped up the music in the background. So let me show you how that looks. To take off, come on over here and let Sprizzy do its thing. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you in the next video. So I was at the 9-minute mark. I was short by a minute to get that video to hit that magical 10-minute mark. All I did was play some stock footage with the music, crank the music up to roll out the video past the 10-minute mark. Now there's a couple options to do this. You could actually put images on there if you want to make it a little more interesting. You could cycle through some image and bump up your music. If you don't have music, you could just YouTube copyright-free music and use the music from these channels that offer that for you. If you have a little bit of money, you can invest in an asset library like TechSmith for Camtasia. I think I pay $200 a year for this, and I have access to music, into videos. And so I just come in here and I put in something like Ferrari, and then I have all this content that I can roll out at the end of my videos and just simply add the music to. Now if you don't have any money to do this with, to reinvest in your channel, then you could probably go to Google and just type in copyright-free stock video footage and utilize that. But again, the idea is just to simply get yourself to that magical 10-minute point or greater to help YouTube's algorithm pick up that your video is longer in length and to get YouTube to push that video more. And as I mentioned again, if you hit that 10-minute mark, then you have the ability to run multiple ads on your videos, and you could literally multiply your AdSense revenue as a result. So those are 4 main key factors in getting views. Doing that keyword research and understanding how to find low competition, high volume key phrases to go after, and not just to make it up on the spot and take your chances. You can actually look ahead and get that click-through rate as high as possible, keep people engaged on your videos longer, and make your videos themselves longer. And if you start working on these 4 things, you're going to see a massive improvement if you're struggling on getting views. So for all my tips, and if you still need help and you want even more tips, you can go through my channel. And so for all my greatest tips, and so for a complete course, and so for a complete guide on how to do this in depth, I have my course in the video description below. But go ahead and start utilizing these. But go ahead and start working on what I've shared with you today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you in the next video.